Welcome everyone to P-TekLearn. Today I'm going to introduce you to Django, a powerful web framework that is widely used for building web applications in Python. There will be a playlist available for the Django series. This is the first video to give a brief overview of Django. So if you are interested in mastering Django, subscribe to the channel for upcoming videos. Let's get started. So a brief overview of Django. Django is a high-level web framework built using Python, designed to enable developers to create web applications both quickly and efficiently. What sets Django apart is its emphasis on reducing repetitive tasks and simplifying complex development processes, making it a popular choice for building robust, scalable applications. Django's batteries included philosophy provides a comprehensive set of tools out of the box, including an ORM for database interactions, an admin interface for managing data, and built-in security features that address common vulnerabilities, which we will get into later videos. With its organized architecture, Django streamlines the development process, allowing developers to focus on writing clean, maintainable code while adhering to best practices in web development. Now, Django is based on the model view template architecture. We will get into architectures in other videos, but we will focus on the MVT in the upcoming slides. Now, the key features of Django. Rapid development. We already talked about this. Allows developers to build web applications quickly. Now, coming to security, Django places a strong emphasis on security, providing built-in protections against many common web vulnerabilities right out of the box. It includes mechanisms to prevent SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and cross-site request forgery, and clickjacking, among others. Now, Django's user authentication is like a vault keeper. It's serious, secure, and expert at locking passwords behind layers of encryption, keeping them safe as if they were crown jewels. Additionally, Django encourages best practices for security by default, such as secure cookie handling and HTTPS support. Django's thorough security measures let developers focus on building their apps, knowing that the critical security concerns are already handled. It's like having an expert watch your back while you get on with the real work. Then the scalability. Django is like the dependable workhorse of web frameworks, built to scale effortlessly. It handles high traffic and massive data with ease, ensuring your application runs smoothly, even when the pressure is on. Its solid architecture manages growing user bases and complex tasks without breaking a sweat, keeping everything running like clockwork, no matter how heavy the load. And the versatility. So Django is like the ultimate multitasker. Whether you're setting up a cozy blog or orchestrating a high-tech web service, it's got you covered. With its adaptable toolkit and modular design, it handles everything from simple setups to complex business logic with ease, making it the go-to framework for developers who want flexibility without the fuss. Now, the MVT architecture. At its core, Django is powered by the MVT model view template architecture. Fancy speaking for keeping your data, business logic, and presentation layer neatly separated, like ingredients in a well-made sandwich. This not only keeps things organized, but also makes your code easier to maintain, which is a win for everyone. The model layer handles the data and business logic, interacting with the database to retrieve, save, and manipulate data. The view layer processes client requests, performs necessary operations using the model, and returns the appropriate response. The template layer is responsible for rendering the HTML content that the client sees, dynamically generating web pages based on the data provided by the view. Now, the diagram just representing the overall architecture. So when a client sends a request to Django application, the built-in development server, which is intended for development and testing only, receives the request and routes it through the URL dispatcher. Django uses URL config to handle web requests by matching the requested URL to a set of predefined patterns in the url.py file. The URL dispatcher then directs the request to the appropriate view function or class in views.py. The view interacts with the model to fetch or update data, passes this data to the template, and finally returns the rendered HTML back to the client. This clear separation of concerns makes Django applications modular, maintainable, and scalable, while the built-in server simplifies the development process by allowing developers to quickly test their applications. For production environments, however, more robust web servers like the Nginx or Apache, combined with application servers like Unicorn or UWSGI, are recommended to handle higher traffic and ensure security and performance. The pros and cons of Django. Now, let's get real for a second. Django isn't all rainbows and unicorns. There are a few bumps in the road too. The pros are all the amazing features we just discussed, and probably much more. So we shouldn't talk about the cons, right? And end the video on a good note? No, we can't do that. We should know about the cons for the sake of our careers. So some of the cons of Django. One of the main drawbacks of Django is its monolithic structure, which can make it less flexible compared to micro-frameworks like Flask. If you need to create a lightweight application or API, Django might feel a bit too heavy. Django is like that overachieving friend who brings everything to the party, even if you didn't ask for it. Great for big projects, but if you're just trying to build a simple app, it might feel like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Next, the steep learning curve. While Django is powerful, sometimes it just feels like you're drinking from a fire hose. It has a steep learning curve for beginners. The framework's many built-in features can be overwhelming for some individuals, especially for those new to web development. Then it's tightly coupled components. In Django, components like the ORM, template engine, and form handling are tightly integrated. While this can be convenient, it also means that replacing or customizing these components can be challenging. So let's put it this way. It's like the components are as close as peas in a pod. It's convenient, yes, but if you want to swap out a component, an individual small component, it's like trying to replace a wheel on a moving car. Not impossible, but it's tricky. Then, less control. Django's batteries included approach is like getting a fully assembled IKEA table. It is great for most of the people, but if you're the kind who likes to tweak every screw and bolt, you might find it a bit restrictive. Last but not least, the performance overhead. While Django is scalable, it's not the fastest framework out there. The additional features and layers of abstraction can introduce some performance overhead, which might be a consideration for high-performance applications. So that is it, guys. That is a brief overview of Django. There's much more details about Django that we have to cover in the future. If you want to dive deeper into Django, look forward to the upcoming videos by subscribing. And if you want to add something or feel that something was inaccurate in this presentation, please comment down below. See you in the next video.